Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
In an effort to serve you better, GUT Credit Union has moved its Grandance branch from the Lamaki complex to the Excel Plaza. This new location provides more convenient parking with access from two entrances. The first is from the lower parking area and the second is at the top parking area on the same level as our office for easy walk-in access. Visit GUT Credit Union at our new location and experience the comfortable atmosphere with the enhanced member experience you have come to expect of us. Our Grandance office is open 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. We hope to see you soon. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
It is Friday, February 18th, 2022, and you are watching GBN's News at 7. Here's a first look at what we're covering tonight. Police investigating the discovery of an elderly man found dead in Shanty Mill Drain and an abandoned newborn in Carriacou. Deacon Mitchell challenges Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to ring the election bell. Former Prime Minister already in campaign mode, eagerly anticipating Grenlec general elections and its outcome. Small businesswoman relieved with the reopening of the River Road main road. In our probe around the globe, what we find is students in the Bahamas hospitalized after allegedly buying marijuana edibles from school lunch vendor. And further afield, Ukraine and Russia accuse each other of shelling and ceasefire violations as tensions escalate. Sporting fanatics, Dennis Smith hits another half-ton in regional 4-day tournament, while Wendy's suffered another agonizing T20 defeat. I'll be right back with the details. Stay with us.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining Network News at 7. I'm Krista Campbell. Our top story tonight, investigations are ongoing following 2 discoveries, one tragic and the other heartbreaking within the last 24 to 48 hours. Police are also expressing concerns over a notable increase in violent offenses, domestic disputes and property crime. We get the details in this report.
Police are seeking to determine the cause of death of a senior citizen of Shantimel, St. Patrick. His body was discovered in a drain last evening. Residents called emergency response services and undertakers were later called to the scene. Desmond Richard, Assistant Superintendent of Police in charge of the Community Relations Department, confirms that around 6:30 on Thursday, Sutter's police indeed responded to such a report.
Based on that report, they attended to it in the Shanty Mill, St. Patrick's area, where they found the motionless body of a 58-year-old man lying in a drain. The doctor visited the scene and pronounced the man dead.
Eyewitnesses tell GBN that the man, now confirmed as 58 years old John Gunpot, was seen walking through the village earlier in the day. He is known from La Fortune St. Patrick and is reported to have returned from the United Kingdom in the last 5 or more years. ASP Richard tells GBN that investigations into the circumstances are continuing. In an unrelated story, GBN is also following reports of a newborn baby found in Karikou.
So at 7:30 this morning, I believe, this Karikou police station also received a report of a child somewhere in 6 roads in Karikou underneath a house. Of course, we attended to the report, and upon arrival, they did find a newborn baby infant, as I said before, underneath the house. The child appeared to be in good condition, healthy. Of course, the doctor, the ambulance came, and the child was taken away for medical check as well.
The assistant superintendent says there is a young lady assisting police with investigations to determine what led to the male child being seemingly abandoned. Meanwhile, ASP Richard notes their concern with the increase in offences relating to harm, domestic violence and disputes, as well as property crime.
Seems that persons are angry and frustrated and a lack of intolerance. It seems that persons are not being able to cope. These days, a number of persons are not able to cope with some of the issues they might be encountering. And as a result, they are turning to the use of weapons. That too can speak to a deeper social issues, but I can tell you this: in the Commissioner's 2022 strategic focus, a strategic plan, one of the major aspects there is to entrench ourselves deeper into the society to see if we can determine some of the root causes of those problems.
He says collaboration with stakeholders to mitigate those issues is one of the focuses of the Oregonida Police Force. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Moving now to political news. The general elections battleground is being prepared, and there is an excitement building as the 2 major political parties in the state of Grenada lobby for support from the electorate. The mood on the ground is that the campaign have begun in earnest. Cherry and Blackman Stephen has the details.
So tell them ring the bell.
Political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, as he introduced the first batch of caretakers to various constituencies earlier this week. Mitchell, who will be contesting the seat for the constituency of St. David at the next general election, which is constitutionally due no later than June 2023, is confident in the capabilities of his caretakers.
When they ask you who they go put, be left in no doubt. Be left in no doubt, and this is only half of the team. Be left in no doubt that Grenada has produced sons and daughters that are capable, confident, and will move Grenada forward.
During the official introduction of the party's caretakers on Tuesday, the political leaders said the NDC has embarked on several initiatives to expand the party and encourage people to become involved in the politics of the country. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell created history in the region as the first Prime Minister to sweep the polls clean on 3 occasions, 2 of which were consecutive. And he is gearing up for another round at the polls. He sees the upcoming general election as not only the most fascinating, but the last one for him. He holds the power over the date that the people get to choose their government of choice.
Because you don't know when I ring the bell. I have a bell right in the pocket. You never know. I heard you said change is coming. Change is really coming, leader of the opposition. Real coming.
Will Pastor Stanford Simon's call stand true to power after feeling compelled to call on the Prime Minister to find his successor?
Keith Mitchell need to find a successor. He need to find it quick. At his age, at this time, the NMP need to find a successor, somebody that would succeed him.
The The National Democratic Congress continues to oil its machinery as new politician Deacon Mitchell shows no intent to cower to experience.
The sun is about to set on the grand pole, and the sun is about to rise on change.
Yes! Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Political infighting was blamed for the breakdown of the National Democratic Congress-led government following resignations and expulsions in 2012. Now, with a budding team, the party says it is election ready, and so too is the man who captained the party until his resignation in 2013. The details in this report.
Former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas is beaming with pride as he watches the new NDC leaders emerge with a passion to bring change to Grenada.
I see the energy there. I see the commitment. And once the work on the ground has been done, because people want to see change. People want to change in Grenada. And we all going to give the support as senior members of the party. We'll give full support to ensure that that vision becomes a reality and that the values that we've been promoting, the good governance agenda, morality in public life, we would ensure that these values have been promoted.
Mr. Thomas, who says he is already in full campaign mode, said the team mixed of youth and experience of both sexes will drive the NDC vision.
Excited because I've always maintained that NDC has a very strong foundation in Grenada, politically speaking. NDC has always upheld institutions and respect the Grenadian people. And at one time, the party was a lull, but now with this revival and with these new people coming forward, with this new energy, I see a very good future for the National Democratic Congress.
Former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas, who led the National Democratic Congress into victory at the polls in 2008, serving until 2013, says his support for the new executive for the party will continue, but has no intention to fill any political seat if the NDC is elected in the upcoming general election. He reminds all that one needs not to be in a leadership position to serve the country, and as such will continue to work with his party. He says once he sees the party's good governance agenda, he is satisfied.
We should not be too concerned about this emphasis on experience. Experience is important, mind you, but at the same time, experience without integrity could be a threat to our democracy. Bear that in mind.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
The closure of the River Road main road last month not only affected motorists but countless others. A small businesswoman's means of livelihood was forced to a halt. But now that the road is reopened, she is breathing a sigh of relief.
The River Road public road was closed to vehicular traffic with immediate effect on Wednesday, 5th January, due to the undermining of part of the roadway, which subsequently caved in, posing a serious risk to the general public. It was gradually reopened on January 24th and then gradually accepted more traffic until fully reopening to all traffic on February 17th. Motorists were no doubt happy about the reopening, but not only them. One businesswoman in the area who was affected by the closure says it's a welcome move as she can now see her business returning to normal. Phyllis Cadet, known commonly as Madam Raz, says the closure has significantly impacted her business.
To tell you the truth, sometime for the day I didn't even make a $20. Very badly. The sale went very low. But I didn't make it bother me too much. I make things happen differently. Like do little planting and thing, do little crocheting to keep the mind occupied, you know, so.
Madam Raz says that with the reopening, she's looking forward to bouncing back.
Well, some of the customers, especially most of the walk-in one, came very happy. I feel very happy. And some of the things that helped, I do little credits. You know, so some people take things, so I didn't have as much wastage.
The St. John's River Road flood mitigation project got off the ground around the first week of August last year. Joseph Kador, GBN News.
This is news at 7. Still to come, some traffic officers are already equipped with body cams. The details to this and other major developments when we return.
Physical violence, threats, controlling behavior, and being disrespectful are no-nos in any relationship. Parenting together after a breakup can be difficult, but always speak and behave in ways you would want your children to speak and act. You cannot control what your ex-partner does, but you can control how you choose to respond to your ex and what behaviors you display to your children. Parents, display behaviors you will want your children to learn. A respectful child begins with you. Step up your parenting game. My family matters.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
It's finally here. The long-awaited historical drama, Julian Fedon, is finally here. One man with a sense of destiny. 14,000 slaves with a dream and a promise.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
Julian Fedon, presented by Heritage Theatre Company in conjunction with the Grenada Broadcasting Network, the Grenada Cooperative Bank, the Grenada National Lotteries Authority. Opening Saturday, 12 February, 7 p.m. at the Trade Center, and continuing. Experience the conflict.
Close down their churches, every one of them.
Feel the passion. The epic drama of a people caught up in a desperate struggle for freedom.
Seems to me like you are trying to get yourself killed.
Julian Fedon, bring out the entire family and enjoy an experience in Grenadian theater.
The more you mind your business, the less you mind your car. The less attention you give to your car, the more you draw attention, but the wrong kind. Our business is to make sure that no one rides on your car, and to see to it that when you pull up, you do so in style, clean and crisp. JP's Magical Car Wash, Morris Bishop Highway, 419-5855.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
It will be a showdown between the Spice and the Reggae when the senior women's national team hosts Jamaica Reggae Girls on Sunday, February 20th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium in the CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers Road to Australia and New Zealand. Kickoff time 5 p.m. Get your early bird tickets now for just $20 at the GFA headquarters at the Queen's Bar. All COVID-19 protocols will be in full effect and patrons must be fully vaccinated to enter the venue. Grenada versus Jamaica, CONCACAF Women's Qualifiers, Sunday, February 20th, 5 p.m. The Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come, let's support the Spice Girls.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
grandson feel he was a big man before he reached secondary school, telling me about new gadgets to make life easy. But he busting up the food his granny cook with her 2 hands. And Kern's a good boy. I know. I raised him. I know he doesn't like seeing me work too hard. He worries. Before I had my first heart attack, he was excited to live near his university campus. So I felt guilty when he decided to live at home to take care of me. And getting to class and back, he would travel, he said. But I got him a little car anyway, much safer. He graduated, recently got married, and he's doing well for himself with all his tech. He still thinks he knows more than me, but to be honest, I don't know how I would have managed without him.
Your life is your story. Let's help you write it on your terms.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. Continuing with the newscast. While the National Democratic Congress has put forward some new faces, some of the more experienced campaigners have returned to contest the next general elections. They are already making their plans known, whether it is victory or defeat. At the polls, Jared Joseph has more.
Following what can similarly be described as a gruesome defeat at the polls in 2018, some seasoned caretakers representing the National Democratic Congress have returned, seeking to reverse the outcome of the last general elections. One of the experienced campaigners is already promising a different outcome.
It will be a different campaign and it will be a different outcome, because it is incumbent on all of us to ensure that our people enjoy a higher quality of life.
Claudette Joseph, who has again been endorsed as caretaker for the town of St. George, lost to Peter David in the 2018 elections. Joseph says better and more permanent jobs, housing, wealth creation, empowerment, and the restoration of the town will be her focus.
I will also work to restore our town which is now 313 or so years old and still does not have a public library. I will work to ensure that our public library and all our heritage buildings are restored to their former glory.
Joseph Arnold is another of NDC's experienced caretakers, a third election cycle, and will most likely be facing a new opponent in St. Patrick West, as MP Anthony Boson has indicated his intention to not contest the next election.
Some years ago it was said that we have demons here. Well, we have demons. We have the demon of unemployment. We have the demon of victimization. We have the demon of marginalization. And under my leadership, I give you the assurance that those demons will be banished once and for all from our beautiful.
The constituency and overall the parish have been plagued as one of the poorest, and unemployment, underemployment, the destruction of Mount Rodney Beach, and the unfinished breakwater project are some of the issues the new MP will be facing. Tevin Andrews, who was once considered one of the youngest caretakers, is now a seasoned contender, recently elected as chairman of NDC.
We can talk about all the issues of in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, but I want to say to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique that the time for change is now, and I want you, the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, to be part of the change that is coming to this great nation.
Andrews remains confident of his chances at the polls. Kinja Matthew Stewart is a sitting member of parliament in the Carriacou and Petit Martinique constituency. I am Jared Joseph for GBN News.
Thanks, Jared, for that dispatch. Now, there are traffic officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force who wear body cams while on duty. Alan James, IT administrator at the RGPF, confirmed this, adding that more officers will be equipped with cameras soon.
Yes, there are officers with body cam. The traffic officers do have it with them. Yes, have body cams. Yes, and so coming soon, you'll see more officers with body cams used to be used. Because the commissioner we already implemented it since last year, and very soon you'll see more officers on the street with body cams.
In August last year, Acting Commissioner of Police Edwin Martin made the announcement that the RGPF will implement the use of body-worn cameras for police officers by the end of September. He said this will enhance the effectiveness of the force and the quality of service they deliver to the general public. The use of body cams will allow for gathering and capturing evidence at the scene of a crime while providing a platform for investigative review if necessary. In addition to the biological fighting agents in the field, the Minister for Agriculture, Peter David, will be consulting with Cabinet to offer further assistance in the fight against the Croton scale disease. The issue of the Croton scale is continuing to be a growing issue among farmers and householders. Minister David, in conversing with farmers and hearing of the losses that they suffer because of the disease, thought it necessary to seek additional assistance in the fight against minimizing its effects.
And we're in discussions with some people to do two things: increase the spraying throughout the country, but also increasing the amount of biological agents we release. We release about 30,000, but that seems to be nowhere near what we need. So we are going to deal with it. It's having an economic impact. When farmers plant big lots like this and then moving from £1,000 to zero, you can imagine the impact, and not only on the farmer but on the economy in general. So we are working on that. The pest control unit is certainly been appraised of what we believe is a inability to control it sufficiently with what we're doing. So therefore we are going to go to Cabinet to ask Cabinet to do more to assist us to really deal with that issue.
There has been an increase in the field activities of the pest management unit in fighting the effects of the disease. Planned quarantine officer in charge of the field team is Francis Noel.
What we've seen a resurgence with the new flushes that is coming from some of them trees, because that's what they like. They like the new flushes that are just coming out, soft and juicy. So that's where they tend to attack. So we are planning to have the guys go in, and even though it's the oil spray, because we did the releases with the insect, we're not seeing much of the presence in the field as yet. So the ladybug beetles. So what we're gonna do is just use the oil spray to help to control those that are flying out.
What's on your mind? Is there an issue that's bothering you? Well, we at the GBN value your input in the public discourse and would like to share your opinions. Well, tonight we share them in the GBN Social Buzz segment. Here's Akeisha John's synopsis of the points of view shared in the last 24 hours.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
Tonight's Social Buzz focuses on GBN's nightly news, where the Chancellor at the St. George's University, Dr. Charles Modica, is seeking to realize another dream with the establishment of IT companies in Grenada. And while initiative is expected to bring employment for Grenadians, the proposed salary will be less than what employees in the U.S. earn. GBN brought this story, and you, our online audience, took to the comments section to air your views. Teddy Christopher, the world is a cycle, and when that cycle comes around and you decide to face it as how it was dealt with in the past, we haven't learned anything. We have to be ready to take the bull by the horns and run with it, but we still fight and quarrel after all these years. No self-introspection, so we stay stagnant. Anthony Bartholomew, Grenada needs jobs and experience so they can compete with the other islands. It's a step forward. You have to start somewhere. Kadisha St. Louis, again, I am saying to all Grenadians, it's time to think big. Think like entrepreneurs. Take the experience given, then pursue it in return and become your own bosses. Roger, why we cannot develop our own major companies here in Grenada and have Americans working for us? The world is a flat place. We can develop Grenada and make it become the Dubai of the Caribbean. We have the natural and human resources. We need our own. We just celebrate our so-called independence. Mina Charles, why employment salary here must be less? That's not fair in the sight of God. They all doing the same work. Why our nationals have to get less? I pray against that spirit of injustice for our nationals in the name of Jesus. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. We invite you to share your thoughts and comments with us on our social media platforms.
Thank you, Akisha. Public Workers Union awaits salary negotiations for the Grenada Development Investment Corporation, GIDC. We'll be back with the details shortly. Stay with us.
She was my life, caring for me, loving me from a baby. COVID came and she never left the house. She felt safe there. Just turned 80. She kept saying, "Son, go take the vaccine so you could come and see me. I miss you." And never did. Because I'm young and I'm strong, and people on Facebook say the vaccine don't really protect you. I went to see her because I thought I was fine. I had no symptoms. She was so happy to see me. I had COVID and I did not even know. Being vaccinated would have helped. I just know it. I just know it. I'm so sorry, Granny. I'm so sorry.
This message is brought to you by the Grenada COVID Crisis Group and the Grenadians United in Virginia.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform. Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Get the kind of value you love that's unmatched at Courts Now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Get appliances, electronics, furniture, and much more. You will love it. Get it now and pay nothing for 30 days with Ready Finance. Plus, shop now and get a chance to win a luxury staycation for two. Now that's unmatched value. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Offer ends February 28, 2022.
On Sunday, February 27th, Mega Force Promotions present the 36th edition of Waggy Team Virtual Bingo. Purchase a ticket now for your chance to win US $10,000. Tickets cost only $10 US. Get yours today from numerous box offices island-wide in Grenada. If you're playing overseas, tickets are only available at gotofet.com. So, if you need cash now, remember, Sunday, February 27th, join the fun and excitement online. Play Waggy Virtual Bingo and win!
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Thanks for staying with us. Outstanding issues at one statutory organization remain the only stumbling block to cordial negotiations that are ongoing between government and the Public Workers Union. Public Relations Officer Daisy Hazard says while salary negotiations continue with TAMCC, NAWASA, Bureau of Standards, and the Housing Authority of Grenada, they are paying close attention to the Grenada Development Investment Corporation, GIDC. Hazard says workers at GIDC have not received any salary increases for over 3 years, despite the organization's critical role in project development and investments.
And it's a very critical and important sector, that's the GIDC, in our entire economic or national economic outlook. And so these workers at this moment feel very beleaguered. They have lived through the pandemic. They have not seen any increases at all. We had a meeting just last Friday, and we are looking forward to quick movement on that. And so we just want to say to all our workers at our statutory organizations, we are on the ball with you. We are doing your salary negotiations. Just this morning, we had a meeting with the Labour Commissioner last Thursday or Friday, presenting individual matters with workers at statutory organizations.
It's time for us to highlight your photo and video submissions. Let's take a peek through the GBN ISOR lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISOR is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's ISOR submission takes you to our reporter's backyard in Mongrambi, St. John, where she discovered a twin Christophine growing. What causes fruit twins? Whether a fruit will be double or not is determined the summer before, when the fruit buds are developing. If the young buds go through heat or water stress during the summer months, this increases the development of doubled fruit. Christophine or chayote is a gourd plant, eaten in a similar fashion to squash, cucumbers, and melons. You can add raw chayote to salads or cook them in meat or vegetarian dishes. Meanwhile, 2 plantain was also harvested. Plantain major group of banana varieties that are staple fruits in many tropical areas. The edible fruit of plantain bananas has more starch than the common desert banana and is not eaten raw. We thank our ISOR reporter for this submission. Continue to send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Thanks, Akisha, for that edifying report. When we return, we take a look at some sporting highlights and global developments. Do stay with us.
We support you at every stage of your life.
for business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Here is a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spicile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679. or 406-1500, or visit any of our 3 locations. Spicile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now! We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
Experienced drivers, you've ruled the road. Now you can enjoy the rewards with Beacon's 50-plus car insurance plan. Get hassle-free sign-up, affordable payment options, and a free windscreen cover. Call us at 440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving with Beacon today.
Sunday, February 27th. It's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
This is the last time that you will hear me for a while. This is the last time that you will hear me for a while.
Don't miss the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Tune into this station Sunday, February 27th, 3 p.m. Eastern Caribbean Time, 2 p.m. Jamaica Time.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center, a natural health store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449 097753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Welcome to our sports roundup. Tonight we start off with cricket. West Indies failed in their bid to square the 3-match T20 series against India, losing by 8 wickets in Kolkata today. Having won the toss, the Windies elected to field as the home team tallied 186 for 5 of their 20 overs. Roston Chase was the most successful bowler, returning figures of 3 for 25 from his 4 overs. Set 187 for victory, the Windies suffered an early setback, losing Mayers in the 5th over with the score on 34. Puran then joined King with the pair adding 25 before King departed with the score on 59. The final match is on Sunday. Still with cricket, Grenada's Dennis Smith hit his 4th first-half class half-century, but it wasn't enough as the Windward Islands fell to Trinidad in the WICB Regional 4-day tournament. The right-handed middle-order batter chiseled out a patient 65 before he was caught by Simmons of the bowling of Cannes. Smith's knock included 6 fours from 143 balls. The last 3 rounds of the West Indies Championship are scheduled to be contested in May. Meanwhile, action in the Oliver Joseph St. David T20 tournament heats up tomorrow at La Sagesse. The first of the double header will see Super Kings batting Sixers from 10 in the morning. The winner will play Royal top strikers in the final. Royal earned their spot in the final by virtue of having topped the prelims round. Saturday will also see the last of the prelim matches, with Kumar suiting up against Malmount. The final is set for next weekend. From cricket, we move to athletics, where plans are already in train for what is expected to be an active sporting calendar. The COVID-19 pandemic forced the cancellation of most major sporting activities. Pro of the Grenada Athletics, Kwame Hippolyte, thinks the current environment provides the ideal opportunity for increased action on the track.
What I can say and what I know is that a number of our affiliates, the schools, they are presently engaged in planning their school meets. Likewise, we are going to continue our developmental meets for the athletes who are preparing towards the Caribbean Games. And the Grenada Athletic Association, I think we are at a close point of making some positive announcements as it relates to the hosting of meets. But this year, for sure, we are definitely going to be hosting our national championship, the KFC relay meets, as well as the Whitsuntide Games.
Hippolyte says they have been working with their stakeholders in preparation for the return of active competition.
The Grenada Athletic Association at this time is implementing its World Athletics program, Olympic Dividend program. And part of that program, we decided to concentrate on building the capacity of our stakeholders. Last year, we completed local level 1 for coaches. We saw the need to bridge the gap between the present coaches that we have and the coaches persons who are showing interest in the sport. So that's the first thing we did. The second initiative that we commenced and completed on the 17th was that of the training, a level 1 training for persons who are interested in officiating. And the program started on the 8th of February and completed on the 17th, led by one of our area technical officials, Mr. Ariel Patrick.
And that's the sports news for now. Up next, we take a look at global development. To our probe around the globe. Tonight we commence in the Bahamas, where 4 students needed medical attention on Thursday after ingesting marijuana edibles that were shared around their school. We go over to our News Bahamas for this report.
Several of the students presented signs of illness, having ingested sweets.
An investigation is currently ongoing after a group of 22 Akifran students from the primary school to senior school ingested marijuana edibles purchased by one of the students and shared around the school campus. Founder and CEO Dr. Jacinta Higgs was taking part in a conference when she received a call from the principal informing her of the situation.
In my top administration, members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force in terms of reservists. And so therefore immediately all protocols were done. 22 students were pulled in terms of investigation on the ground immediately. They were pulled, they were isolated in rooms, and questions began. Immediately the police was called.
Once school staff became aware of the situation, emergency medical services personnel were called. As an investigation is launched, Higgs says she believes expulsion is a last resort, but it is still a criminal matter.
The full extent of the law must be done. I served as a former senator where we passed laws to protect children. And so therefore, through this experience, persons who didn't know or who believe that that's cute or that's acceptable to mix sweets and sell it to children or provide it to children, they will have another thing coming in terms of their thinking again before they do that.
For our news, I'm Campbell.
Over in Haiti, thousands of factory workers have gone on strike in the capital to demand better pay. Many of them make clothes for big brands sold overseas, but say they are paid less than $5 a day. The details in this report.
From the factory floor to the streets of the Haitian capital, these workers from an industrial park in Port-au-Prince are demanding a raise to the minimum wage. Fatil Joseph says he can barely survive on his income.
We take to the streets to protest and make our voices heard, especially with the international community, because we live in poverty. There is no government that thinks of us.
Many of these people work to make textiles and clothing that get sold at large-scale retailers in the U.S. and other countries. They say they are paid less than $5 a day for 9 hours of work. They're demanding the equivalent of 15. An inflation rate of around 20% in the country is a major concern. Workers say they spent half their salary to pay for transportation just to go to work.
We are launching the movement to demand the government listen to our voices so that it can adjust the minimum wage. We have made some steps and sent letters to them. They have never heard us.
The protest began last week, and on Thursday the police again used tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse the demonstration. Factory workers used burning tires to block the roads.
We're protesting peacefully with sticks. The police are abusing us. We do not consider them as police. We consider them as gangs.
Haiti is in the middle of a political and social crisis since the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. Gangs control large sectors of the capital, and violence and kidnappings are widespread. As tensions in the Caribbean island run high, workers here say they will continue with their struggle for better wages. They say they haven't had a raise in more than 3 years and will continue protesting until the government meets their demands. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, the United States has urged Russia to declare that it has no intention of invading Ukraine. Officials, Russia say, was poised to launch an attack, but the country insisted that it's withdrawing troops and accused Ukraine of failing to implement a previous peace deal.
In this government-held village in eastern Ukraine, a kindergarten hit by a shell.
The Ukrainian army says a shell that was fired from the other side hit just into this kindergarten there, where you can see this hole in the wall, and it fell into the place where the kids were going to have their gym class. Luckily, none of the kids was inside that room.
Children were having breakfast at the time and were planning to have lessons in that room at 9 a.m. according to their schedule. Luckily, the children were not hurt, only the employees were shell-shocked. U.S. President Joe Biden believes the Russian invasion will take place any day now.
They have not moved any of their troops out. They've moved more troops in, number one. Number two, we have reason to believe that they are engaged in a false flag operation to have an excuse to go in. Every indication we have is they're prepared to go into Ukraine, attack Ukraine.
At a UN Security Council meeting, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned Russia was already manufacturing a provocation to justify an attack.
This could be a violent event that Russia will blame on Ukraine, or an outrageous accusation that Russia will level against the Ukrainian government.
Moscow has already accused Ukraine of committing genocide in the eastern Donbas region and labeled the false flag claims as hysteria.
Authorities are representation.
Nobody seeks any excuses for hostile actions. We said we do not have any intention to do this.
For days, Russia has said its troops are withdrawing from areas near the border with Ukraine, but the West believes Moscow has amassed some 150,000 soldiers around its neighbor. The conflict is far from over.
That's a wrap for tonight's Probe. A review of the main points is next. Let's recap the headlines. Police investigating the discovery of an elderly man found dead in Shanty Drain and an abandoned newborn in Carriacou. Dickon Mitchell challenges Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell to ring the election bell. Former Prime Minister already in campaign mode, eagerly anticipating general elections and its outcome. Small businesswoman relieved with the reopening of the River Road main road. In our probe around the globe, what we found was the students in the Bahamas hospitalized after allegedly buying marijuana edibles from school lunch vendor. And further afield, Ukraine and Russia accuse each other of shelling and ceasefire violations as tension escalates. In sports, Dennis Smith hits another half-ton in regional 4-day tournament, while Wendy's suffered another agonizing T20 defeat. That's the news for now. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms, that is, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our website at gbn.gd for breaking news and other top stories. On behalf of Team GBN, I'm Krista Campbell saying thanks so much for joining us, and do have an awesome weekend.